Secure D-Link di-524 routers. D-Link is one of the premier brands when it comes to networking and routing technology. They have a whole line of routers available both for home or business use. One of their routers is the di-524, which is a wireless router that comes with 4 Ethernet ports and 1 WAN port, used for Internet access. Now, aside from its function to connect both wired and wireless computers into a single network, the router has fantastic firewall and security features to protect the privacy of the network it maintains and operates. Best of all, it is easy to configure and you need not be a computer whiz to make it so. If you want to secure your di-524 router, then follow these steps. Connect your computer to the router. The first step in configuring your router as the main point of contact in your network is by connecting your computer to the router physically. Basically, the router comes with a standard Ethernet cable. Connect one end to the LAN port in your computer, found at the back of the machine, and the other end to one of the 4 LAN ports on the router. Power the router on and start up your computer. Open the router through a web browser. To proceed with the configuration, you will want to open a web browser on your computer and type the IP address of the router in the browser bar. Now the default IP address of the router will be 192.168.0.1. Type it into the browser bar and hit enter. You will be prompted with a username and password to log in. Use admin as your username and for the password field, leave it empty. Hit enter to proceed to the router configuration page. Secure access to the configuration page. To ensure that no one other than you can access the router's configuration page, run the wizard which is found on the CD that comes with the router upon purchase. Run the CD and run the wizard there. Change the username and password when it is prompted by the wizard. Click Save and proceed by clicking Next. Configure the router more. Follow the wizard's procedures and allow it to detect your internet connection automatically. If you know the IP address details of your internet connection, you can do it manually as well. However, it is recommended to simply have it automated at this point. After this step, you will be requested to a number of things once again, such as MAC address cloning and naming the router by inputting a name on the SSID field. Complete these processes until you are able to proceed. Secure your wireless network. On the wizard screen, you will be prompted to configure the security of your wireless network. This is the main issue of security right now, and you want only those with authorized access to log into the network. Select to enable the WEP key security feature and encode the WEP key you want to use. This will serve as a password for anyone that will want to connect to your wireless network. Anyone trying to connect without a WEP key will be rejected. Once you finish the wizard, the router will reboot and save all the settings you configured. Once the router reboots, all the changes will be implemented and your router will now be secure. To add more security, you can log into the configuration page and tinker with the firewall feature on the router, which basically blocks out certain IP addresses you identify, blocks out certain websites you don't want the network to access, and even only allows specific IP addresses from computer on the network to access the router.